Welcome back. My name is Lost, and today I'm being attacked by phantoms. That's not the most important thing here. We are back at this storage area. Ignore the phantom. He's just being difficult. I have been working on... Yes, that's enough of you. Getting this built, but it hasn't been going great. I messed up the lines somehow, so it doesn't quite line up. I'm not gonna try and fix that on screen. That is a off-screen task to figure out. For some reason, 3 of these work perfectly, and the 4th one just doesn't for some reason. Explain to me how that works, would you? How 4 exactly equally sized pieces are somehow not the same size. Because if I do exactly the same circle there as here, this one doesn't line up right. I don't know why. I don't math enough for this, okay? I don't math that much. Also, I made the mistake of attempting to build this whole thing without this framework that I'm standing on right now. So, shockingly enough, trying to freehand correctly build a circle without any kind of guide didn't end very well. That's where it should be, over there, not over here. I don't think any of these 3 edges lined up right. Obviously, I started at that edge, so it's correct. It's all the other ones that are wrong, somehow. So now I get to go all the way back through, redo all of this with the guidelines in place, and get it right this time, hopefully, so that I actually have a... Oh, right, I went this way. This was a mistake. Gee, I wonder if it didn't work right. So that I actually have a functional system here. Or a functional guide, a functional pattern, a functional outline of this build. That's the word I'm looking for, is outline. Oh, because right now we've got this big gap. We've got that doesn't line up. Let me just add some blocks. This is a mess anyways. I'm going to have to pull a bunch of it down, so it doesn't really matter if I do this. But let me just get over here so I can actually... Yeah, the back doesn't line up. That doesn't connect at all. Somehow this has ended up too far out by a couple blocks. This is where it should be according to the diagram I have, which admittedly is not the most scientific diagram, but still. Oh, and there's my friend again. Not a friend. Go away, please. I do not need you and your friendship, thanks. So this is going to be an ongoing pain in the butt. Who knows what I did wrong? Whoops. Fortunately for me, when that happens, I have an elytron now. I can just fly and not fall. It does add something to the to-do list. I need a way of actually getting amounts of gunpowder that are larger than like 5 at a time. I also have shelters all over the place. Everything's a mess. This should be a given. It's me in Minecraft. It's a mess. Why have I got so many snowballs just around? There. Less snowballs, more snow blocks. And our friend is still here. So, I'm just... Yeah. Complain. What, did somebody bop you with a sharp sword? You know, if you hadn't started it... Phantom. comes. Where'd he go? I've lost him. Dang it! Okay, you know what? I don't care that much about phantom membranes. Be gone, you. Be gone! Oh, I thank you for the membranes. I'm gonna go sleep. Because this is getting ridiculous. That is going to be an ongoing thing. We're still going to do some other stuff at the same time because there's still other things we want to do. Including, but not limited to, we need to find and see a desert and get a bunch of sand. We will need glass for everything. We probably want to do that before we get to the point where we need glass, because we need time to put it all through the smelter in the basement. And that takes a while. And slow smelting just delays everything. There's no way to speed that up either. You can't put glass in a sand, not glass, you don't smelt glass, you smelt sand to make glass. You don't put glass in a, I said it again, you don't put sand in a blast smelter, it doesn't work. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure the only thing you can put into a blast smelter is ores. Which is great and all, but it doesn't help when you need smooth stone or when you need glass. So it's definitely good to get the glass ahead of time. I also know that a bunch of plant stuff was added into a desert. And goodness knows we've been on a bit of a mini quest to see all the new plant things that have been added. So that's on our to-do list. It's a long-term to-do list at this point. We also, I already listed some kind of a mob farm. Won't necessarily be a specifically creeper farm, but a mob farm just overall. Because half a stack of rockets isn't going to go that far. I don't have that much more. Not that I can find any of my gunpowder, but I don't have that much more gunpowder. And creepers are not very cooperative when it comes to giving me gunpowder. It'd be nice if they were cooperative, but they're not. It's like they don't want me to fly. It's very rude. There's my paper. There's my paper. Just gonna do that before I run out and get stuck somewhere with no rockets. Put those in there. I do also need to dig out a whole bunch of stuff under that because all of that ice and snow that's sticking up is way too tall. Decent chance it'll have to go all the way down to like sea level when I'm not being chased by a creeper. I heard you. Yeah, I'm on to you. Oh, sure, you better not have killed my fish. Good, you didn't kill my fish. We do also have the trail ruins, that's what it's called, that we can start on if we need a break. And at some point, I really need to get onto the big major thing that I missed from the update before last, which is the trial chamber. I am having a day with words. Well, names. So in light of that going wrong, I think we're going to do something else. And I will get that fixed. Once I've got those circles built properly, yes, I've decided I am that level of a crazy person, and I'm actually going to leave it that size and try to build that size. It'll definitely be the biggest thing I've ever built, but I've decided I'm going to do it, so yay. Good luck. Insert appropriate sentiment here, please. Help. I've done this to myself is the real problem. But yes, I moved. I got surprised by a creeper. There's a new hole in the ground. Yeah, they're always creepers. Apparently I did a... You blew off the edge of my house! Good grief, creepers. Okay. I don't need free-range gunpowder that badly. I'm gonna go to a desert. Just for a bit of a break. I've been working off video for a couple of hours trying to get those circles right. I need a break from that. So we're gonna go explore, have some fun. And I do know where the desert is. I checked. Because there's only one that's kind of close, and it's still a few thousand blocks away. So instead of flying in circles for ages and running out of rockets, I checked. For the record, when I say I checked, I mean I looked on Chunkbase and searched the biomes, because it exists, and there's a limit as to how much I'm willing to flap around looking for things. I just realized I want shulkers with me. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got the shulkers and chest plate just in case. And it's night. Because of course it is. And now we can set out. Taking that bed with me. Otherwise I will run into problems. I need to head north. Whoopsies. Forgot to look down. My bad. Northwest. More like that. Actually, no, more like that. This is going to be a lot faster. I'll be back when I get there. Okay, we're here. Getting sand, looking for new plants. Like you. Ah, rats. Getting sand, looking for plants, and remembering to equip a silk touch item. Oh, good. We have dry grass now to go with the normal grass. There, you can go back. I don't need dry grass particularly. Our old friend, the shrub. Dead bush. This is one of the things I actually wanted to see. Not that the grass isn't very nice flavor, just variety. Cactus flowers. I have a cactus flower. I can just plant it. Okay, I expected it to only be plantable on top of a cactus, which reminds me, I need to grab some cactuses. Give me those. That's wonderful. Deserts needed more color in this game. They're too monochrome. Too beige. I will say, this guy, color-wise, if I pick him back up, looks like it would match pretty decently with a spore blossom. I don't have one on me, or I would hold them next to each other, but yeah. I have made one small miscalculation. This is the desert closest to me. Meaning, if I want to build something in a desert, this is the desert. So, I'm gonna have to err on the side of not picking up too much stuff. Sand. Also, camel. Camel. He's so cute. I love him. I feel like I've somehow missed seeing the camels altogether. I know I can't control him. I love them. They should have existed sooner. Because then we would have camels more. Who doesn't love camels? Camels are awesome. Well, I think it's safe to say we should just start grabbing some sand. Because I don't know that there was much new in the desert. Is this just weird? That's just weird sand. That really looks like it should be a building of some kind. But it's just assorted sand. Anyway. Grab some sand, we'll head back. I'll get that sorted out next episode. After this one. I will have that circle organized and ready to actually start building that in earnest. Hopefully. Unless it turns out that I really, really suck at building circles. Hopefully I don't really, really suck at building circles. Hopefully I just needed to put in a framework and then I'm fine. But once I've got that done, we can get the ground level. I don't like this. This makes me nervous. How much of this sand isn't actually connected to anything? Far too much of it. Oh my, really? Really? You're gonna be that deep? Oh, there's a... Is that a spore blossom? No, that's lava. I'm a long ways away, okay? I can't see that clearly. In my defense. Of thinking lava might be a flower. Yeah, I'm gonna gather up a shulker or two worth of sand. See if I... What's up with the Enderman convention? There's literally 4 of these guys here. What is up with the Enderman convention? Seriously! Sheesh, you never see that many of them all next to each other. On a random side note, is that just a floating blob of sand? Is there literally anything holding this up over here? Hi, spiders. I don't need spiders. I technically don't need you either. Too slow. Dang it. No, it's being held up, but I can kind of tell. On the off chance anyone's curious and can't tell, it does have sandstone. But it looks an awful lot like it doesn't. Okay, you are not going to blow up on me. Never mind. I'm just going to quit trying on the wild, loose creepers. Okay. Enough of all of you. Be gone, be gone, be gone. So that I can sleep and then just not need to deal with any of you. Because that sounds like a much better plan. I know there's this guy much too close for comfort. You get... You... The spider doesn't care, but the creeper does. Yeah, I'm gonna give up on that. It's not gonna happen. Alright, anyways. I can't talk today. Anyways. I don't need too much sand. Wait, now, hi. Why so many creepers? That's an axe. So I'm mostly going to just try to skim a little bit off the top because I probably am going to want a desert that I can build in at some point that hasn't been destroyed for sand or by creepers. Creepers are going to do more damage than I will probably, but I also definitely am going to need glass for like everything. So yeah. The sand is sadly very necessary. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Should have gone to a slightly further away desert, but that's more travel time, which is annoying in and of itself. Okay, there's no way that's supported. It is! The deserts are surprising me today. Although on the plus side, this is a large desert. You also I just generally don't want to mess things up by having a big obvious, like, hey, this is a sand quarry in the middle of it. That's another thing that means you have to find another desert. It looks like someone quarried a bunch of sand. I'm trying to get up this hill if it's not obvious. Because one thing that I can reasonably guarantee I'm not going to need, oh dear, food, is not food. I definitely need food, is, if I'm building somewhere, is hills. Hills are not helpful. Let me put that sand in there. Let me designate an assorted nonsense bits shulker box. I'm just going to throw everything in there that isn't necessary. I've got my couple shulkers full of sand, so that's done. And I'm back here, and we're going to be back to work on this in the next video. I'll see you next time. Bye.